Last time on D&D, you basically took a little trek back through the Underdark. Uh, took a little trek back through the Underdark, to, escaping my brain. Cause you finished your stuff in the woods and the Wood Elf, kingdom, and we're kind of coming back through the Underdark to help bring Violet and Lily to basically, because Violet basically offered herself up for the position of like quote unquote dignitary to like help negotiate terms or whatever with the wall. So you did doing that. You reported to the queen, and kind of gave a debrief, all of that stuff. And before you went up to start to head up to the wall, you basically were gonna kind of take a night to recover from the, harrowing experience at Nyla's family estate. And in that process, Bertold inquired as to if he could have a word with the princess, so it ended up turning into a kind of like a full-out banquet dinner invite thing for the princess and probably some other, I don't know, any other people she brings with her and stuff at Nyla's estate. So the festivities are being prepared in short notice, as of much to the chagrin of Nyla and potentially her household. So I assume after, I believe it was set for the following evening, not the current evening, or
that would be the sane thing to do.
Yeah. So after you basically
we have 20 minutes to prep for the princess. Holy shit!
Basically, after
Okay,
you
it's 5:30. Dinner's at 6.
Yeah.
You know how to time travel to make sure the food's ready, right?
Yes. So I would say, yeah. So you basically have a day to do stuff in the Underdark, but I assume after you left the palace, you'd probably go to the family estate and have maybe a little rendezvous there and kind of figure out what the plan is. And then the following evening will be our banquet thing. So, guess to set the scene, it's throughout the city, other than iconography of just, the queen and things like that, there's quite a bit of spider iconography throughout everything, because Drow culture and stuff is still very kind of rooted in that like thing, and a lot of these some of these buildings are older and things like that. But as you get to the estate, I'm sure I don't know, probably some sort of servant would greet you at the gates, or something. And as you notice, the estate here has some spider iconography, probably less and more like scorpion-like iconography. In like
still arachnid theme, but if you have your eyes peeled, yeah.
It's like, huh.
Not so much webs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. So I would say probably like a manservant or whatever would greet you at the gates and say, "Ah, Miss Nyla, your sister is waiting for you."
Of course she is. Thank you so much. Well, did she mention wanting to just meet with me, or would she like to meet all of our guests?
I think she would like to meet your compatriots, but I believe she also wanted to have a word with you in private afterwards.
Of course. Thank you so much, and sorry for the late notice on guests arriving. I'm sure you've had your hands full preparing things.
Yeah, as you like look across like the yard or whatever, and people are like running around like hanging up stuff and like
Yeah, and I
bit of
think
a
you all would catch that, like, yes, this is Nyla's family estate. Like, this is some type of nobility thing going on, but Nyla is talking to this person like this is a guy this is his job, not like talking to a servant who I rule over. Like, yes, and here is our gate man who does the
Yeah.
gate man job
Yes.
and
Yes.
some other stuff. And he gets paid and then he goes home to his loving family. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a gopher, basically.
Yeah.
Like he goes around and takes information to people, and that is his job right now. Um, so yeah, you kind of go across the yard. You do get some exacerbated looks from
Hi,
people.
sorry, nice to see you. Hi, sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Wasn't my idea. Hi.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll talk to Kate about a bonus. Hi.
um, yeah, so you come through, uh, go through the front doors or whatever, and you're probably taken through the parlor into probably the dining hall, where you can hear, your sister's voice kind of, above everyone else's as she's kind of delegating different things of like this needs to go here and this is what like our menu should be, and she's probably talking to like 3 different people at once. um and as you come in she says, "Oh, Nyla, hello," like really loud, and like everyone stops, like turns and looks as you all walk into the room.
Nyla freezes as everyone's eyes turn to her. Ah, Kate, so nice to see you. Hi, sorry. These are my friends, companions, compatriot. Hello, everyone. This is my sister, Katira. Katira, everyone. Maybe you want to introduce yourself. It just kind of trails off.
Yeah. Yeah, so Kate kind of like she mentions it, like she says a few things to the people around her and they go off to do their things, and she very like almost like, kind of floats through the room over to you all, and says, "Hi, hello, I am Katira. It is a pleasure to meet some of Nyla's friends." Um and I guess
Nyla
she'll
is looking at
address
you all like wide-eyed. Basically, please say something.
I guess she'll, after like half a beat, she'll just turn to whoever's like the closest person to her and just address them directly. So I'm just gonna roll a d4. Uh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, that's a 2. Okay, we'll just say Gail. She says, And what is your name? And she just addresses you directly.
Well, hello there. I'm Gale of the Purple Orc Clan. I'm gonna do my best impression of whatever drow customs I've observed so far. So,
Nice.
hopefully I don't
Give me a
dramatically
perform.
offend her.
Yep,
But
or perform or like what was it?
Performance.
Yeah,
makes
performance.
sense.
Performance. Yeah, give me a
performance.
performance.
All right. Let
Yeah.
me pull up my character sheet.
Yeah, you've noticed. I mean, there's like nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you like
Fine.
nail the like the 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 bows or things like the little gestures that you've seen people do as you picked up on seeing things, whatever.
If anything, I probably overdo it because the only nobility I've met so far is the fucking queen. So like,
right, right, yeah, correct. You do it to that like degree that you've seen people there do it.
Yeah. Yes, I was a merchant off the western coast until there were some life changes, and well, your sister and I have been working together for some time recently, and she's just been an excellent companion.
Oh, has she? That's wonderful to hear. And you are, and she will go to Tommy, Mr. Gaius.
Yes, hello, I am Gaius. Is a nice place here.
Well, thank you. And you are? And she'll turn to we'll say she turns to Bellerophon.
I am JN82 Bellerothon, lost relic, handcrafted by ancient god queen, or not god queen, shit, ancient wizard queen Lilionyx.
Okay.
I do not know if I have citizenship.
I don't know who that is, but I'm sure one of our lovely scholars might be able to discuss that with you.
They can't.
I don't know who that is, apparently.
Correct. No one knows who that is.
Also, I'm pretty sure that's the first time you said that.
Correct.
Yep.
It is. You're just like, what? Like, he's never... Yeah, Bellerophon probably hasn't said really anything about that at all. And then she turns and says, and you are, sir? She...
I am Bertold Umper, at your service. Unfortunately, I cannot give a customary bow anymore.
Ah, well, that is quite all right. We our mansion is quite accessible. Yes, well, it was lovely to meet you all. I would like to have a word with my sister, if you don't mind. And she like grabs someone who's like walking by and says, "Can you please take them to where they'll be staying this tonight?" And they're just like, they're like carrying like a stack of like dishes or something. And they're just like, okay. And they like set them down on the table, and they're like, come with me. I'll take you off too.
All right.
Yes. So then, after I guess you're out of the room, Katir will just be like, "So Nyla."
I'm so sorry. It was Bertold's idea. I'm sorry. I didn't know how to say no.
Can I ask how he? Why are we inviting the princess?
Oh God. you probably heard the rumors a little while ago about, some months ago about a human who came and met with our queen and received her direct attention. I'm sure you're well connected enough to have heard something along those lines. So that's the man.
Oh,
And apparently, while he was here, I believe he thinks he became friends with Princess Aranita. Couldn't tell you how true that is. But he asked if he could meet her while he was here, and it was either this or he was going to just go try and find her and just talk to her. And that idea made me feel more sick than this one. So here
I
we are.
suppose a formal party is better than a public execution.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, right. Oh, I don't know. You could check. Anyways, well, let's just try to make the best of it, I suppose.
If you need any of my hands or their hands, I will volunteer all of their labor. They can't say no at this point. So whatever is needed.
Yes, why don't,
He's a wizard also. That might be helpful. I don't know.
Sure, yes, okay. Well, we have, there's there's a lot of busy work to be done, so if they are willing to offer their, hands and feet, that would be greatly appreciated. Given the circumstances, it is good to see you, and I'm glad you have some friends.
It's good to see you too. And I think Nyla looks like a little bit hurt at the "it's nice to see you have friends" comment.
Yeah.
Oof.
I've worked with plenty of people before, but she never got to know any of them.
Yeah. Oh, I also heard that a couple of wood elves would be joining us. I have not had the privilege to meet them yet. I think someone brought them to the estate a little while ago.
Yes. Those are our much news to catch up on there. Long story short, the Wood Elf Kingdom is more or less fallen. These two are serving as the ambassador for what's left of their people, but mostly it's a mother and daughter who I convinced to come here to safety. You have to meet this child.
I will do that. That is a lot to process, but I don't have time to think about that right now. So
Yep.
I will make a point to meet them this evening. Maybe we can all have a little dinner together tonight, and then we'll yeah, let's plan for that.
Great.
Yeah. All right. Well, yes, it's lovely to see you. I will see you tonight. I'll have someone find you all when we're ready for that. And then
Great. I'm sure you have lots to do. Okay. Bye.
Yeah, she's kind of like, she's kind of just like, yeah, yeah, goes off and starts doing things. Yes. So we'll
Real quick.
yeah.
Nyla will turn around and leave the room, and like, as soon as out of sight of anyone just like starts walking faster and is under her breath like, "Oh my god, Nyla, you fuck up! Oh my god." Anyway,
So we'll smash cut to the rest of the party as you're brought to some quarters that have been, they are rooms that seem like they have been there's like kind of like a lounge, so there's like some couches or whatever, and then there's like a couple little bedrooms that each have like a bed, and they're like, we didn't have time to prep beds for everyone, but this is kind of where you'll be staying while you are here. Please our condolences with the rushed accommodations. And then they're like, they just kind of like bow and like then leave and go off back to doing whatever they were supposed to be doing before bringing you all here. But yeah,
I would
so you have a
like
little-
to find a place either in one of the rooms or in the hallway where a decorative armor might stand, and then just stand completely still.
Okay, sure. Okay, so you just find
Damn.
a corner, like, okay.
Bad corner.
You're like right by the door. So yeah, so Nyla, you'll catch up and you walk in and like you clock just like as soon as you walk through the door, Bellerophon's just standing there in the corner, just like I'll say you're like facing the corner. You're like standing there facing the corner.
you probably hear that if you're facing the corner, Nyla, like walk in, stop, shift a little bit, do the mental calculation of, no, this is not fucking worth even looking at right now, and then physically turn around and keep walking into the room.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm glad. Seems like they found you a suite. That's great. If you don't have enough beds, we'll get blankets and stuff later. I have spare space in my room too. God, fuck. I volunteered you all to help with this, so you're welcome. Thank you.
If you need a coat hanger, we've got one over here. By pointing the Larathon.
Yeah, he looks really good. Maybe we can use said coat hanger to carry lots of things back and forth throughout the estate.
Does anyone have a coat that they're like not actively wearing?
We take mine off for you.
I
Mine's
cast
probably
retrieve. I cast retrieve on the coat.
Wow, what a great coat rack.
It's automatic.
They really upgraded the place since I was last here.
Right. So, yeah, if you want, probably the best person to ask about helping with things would probably be like your groundskeeper, because they're doing probably a bunch of stuff outside, and then also probably like probably someone with I'm sure you have someone who is like the head of housekeeping or something like that. So those
Sure,
are
yeah.
probably the two people that would probably be most appropriate to go, hey, how can we help?
I will split the difference on whatever is most helpful and whatever you all are willing to do. As in, you tell me what you're willing to do, and then I'm going to figure out 2 steps further what would be most helpful.
I'm kind of willing to do whatever. I think I would be most effective doing like purchasing if you need someone for that.
Oh, that's
but...
a good. Yeah,
Great.
Sure. Shopping episode. But yeah, sure. I'm sure someone would be like, yes, please go to the market and buy all of this stuff. Here's a bag of money.
Trust.
Here, take this cart. That's you know, I'm gonna say it's a cart that's pulled by a honestly, it might be giant lizards pulling the cart. Like,
Nice.
you know, like kind of but
Nigel.
yeah, Nigel. Probably like a couple of those. So yeah, you can do that. If anybody wants to accompany Gale, you can. Otherwise, otherwise you're going to be assigned other things to do. If you don't think Gale needs help buying stuff.
I can use Mage Hand and I can cast Fly on people, and that's the extent of my non-combat ability to help out with this kind of thing.
Fucking wizards.
Look, you need me to translate something, I can do that. Or find magic. Or make people fall slower.
I
But
can
the
either help Gale out or wander around cleaning random shit.
Okay. If you want
I
to
don't-
walk around.
I don't even like grab a rag or anything. I just kind of like enter a room, look around, use prestidigitation to clean a few things, and then go to a different room.
oh yeah, I can do that too.
Okay, great. That's what you're doing. If you want to cast Fly on like a couple staff, they're like that could be helpful, like cleaning like the gutters out and stuff like that.
Yep, can do.
Mhm.
How many of them?
How many uses of Fly are you willing to cast?
I only have 1 3rd level spell slot left, so any more than that, and I'm
We just had a
casting
long
it on
rest.
multiple people. Alright, did we?
just had a long rest.
Yeah,
Yeah, on
long
right
rest
here.
as you were traveling. Yes, you would have gotten a long rest. On the
So,
boat.
I mean, I'm not expecting combat here, really, so I can burn like
Fly.
a 5th level slot and let 3 people fly around for 10 minutes.
Okay, great. That's fine. They're like, great, that'll work. All right. Gaius, what services can you offer?
I guess I could help clean. I think I had a headcanon that Gaius liked to cook in his spare time, but he's probably not very good at it. But I guess you could try to help with that.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, they'll be like, sure, you can help us like chop vegetables and stuff. We don't care. Like,
Neat.
Teal potatoes.
yeah, you can do that. Sure. So yeah, well, I guess we'll do a little skill challenge thing. So for everybody, I guess you're just using spell slots. Bertold.
Yes.
Um,
I am expending resources.
I guess so is Bellerophon is just going around. I mean, I guess you're not using spell.
I'm not
like, it's a
expending
cantrip,
shit.
but- right, you're just walking around casting prestidigitations. There's not really like a skill check. You're just making stuff
I
look
mean-
as though it is clean.
No, it actually cleans small objects.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's fine.
Anything smaller than 1 cubic foot, I can instantaneously clean or soil,
Okay.
which means I can shit your pants.
Classic.
If you're trying to turn it into a skill check, you could call for like Arcana or Perception to see if I like notice the shit that needs to be cleaned.
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check then. And then, guys, go ahead and give. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you see several things that you can clean. I was gonna say, guys, give me a.
I peeled a potato.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. You whip through those. Okay. That's. Yeah. So yeah, you whip through those potatoes. Pretty good. You chop all the stuff they need you to chop, and they're just like, oh, okay, great. I guess Gale, go ahead and give me persuasion while you're
Yeah.
haggling.
Every day I'm haggling. Wait.
Okay, yeah. You're able to get very good prices and even come back with left, like you don't use all the money and still get all the stuff you were told to go get.
I'm bringing the money back to the household because I want to make a good impression.
Yes.
I want a long-term relationship with this Underdark noble household.
Thank you for
Look, I
not
am a
stealing
skilled
from my
merchant.
house. Capital punishment is legal here.
Okay,
Wait.
so sure, you can
Carrot
summon.
and stick.
Yeah, you can summon Dazzle as a squirrel and have it. He just like blinks to your shoulder and it's like just points stuff out to you like, hey, that over there. Look at that thing. Get that cobweb up there. Yeah. So you make all of the rooms you walk into spotless. So at a certain point, you will be all kind of summoned to the dining hall for a meet and greet with Katira and the Wood Elves and maybe a couple other. I guess are there? Oh, Nyla's husband as well would probably come. Or not Nyla.
Katira?
Sorry, Katira's husband.
Like, my what?
I met Katira.
You were in
and
an arranged marriage 80 years ago. You have not said 3 words to this man. He
married
keeps
me when I was a
trying to talk
child,
to you. You just
26,
ignore him.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Katira's husband. And all that. So yes. So you're kind of brought in.
The 3 words were, "How are you not dead?" Oh, that's 4. Shit.
Yes. And yeah. So yeah, as you come in, as you're there, the Wood Elves are already there. Lily kind of jumps up, and it's like, "Oh, Nyla!" And she like runs over and like hugs your leg.
Give her, a little side hug, hand on the shoulder.
And then she like runs back over to her seat or whatever. Okay.
Lovely to see you. I hope that you're both settling in well.
Yeah. Miss Kate's been telling us some fun stories about I guess your family.
Oh, has she?
She just kind
How
of like
nice.
shrugs. Like Kate just kind of like shrugs.
I think Nyla
Uh,
trusts Kate to tell the child-appropriate versions of whatever
Yes.
family stories we have.
Yes. Katira's husband will stand up and kind of like bow to you all and say, pleasure to meet you. I am I actually didn't give this guy a name. Let's see. We'll say Tavriel. We'll say his name's Tavriel.
Nice.
Whatever. Is this a Dragonmore?
No.
Do I need to worry about him trying to eat me?
Are
No.
you 37 cheese wheels?
Don't
Maybe.
think so.
Yes, my name is Tavriel. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am married to Tira. And yeah, and then he just kind of sits back down after introducing himself. So yeah, I guess you can sit wherever you want around the table. Nyla, Lily asks you to sit next to her.
Of course.
And yeah, so you all, yep. It's probably like they bring out like a 3-course thing. Bring out appetites, like probably some sort of salad, and then maybe like a protein of some sort, and then a I don't know, some sort of dessert. All things probably foreign to most of you. Because the food and stuff, it's probably a lot of like mushrooms and
Mushrooms.
other vegetables. So I don't know if for some of you if the
Triggered.
mushrooms you are, yeah.
There is a
That's
large
pretty
bird
veritable.
tapping at
That's
the
a-
window.
Rampage just shows up. Mushrooms.
Spiritual blows under his breath. Good thing Ramvik isn't here.
Yeah. The wood elves for the main entree look a little like they kind of pick around the meat.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think
otherwise
Nyla will
are-
like lean over and point out the parts that are mushroom in case it's like a little bit
yeah.
ambiguous of like, okay, these are the ones that you want to eat. These,
Yeah.
I get it if you don't.
Yeah, no, they're fine with eating mushrooms and other stuff. It's just the meat they seem to not be
Uh-huh.
can on. the finest boulette steaks or something. Which honestly, I imagine a boulette probably is the same consistency as like a shark, which is probably like fairly meaty. So probably pretty close to actual steak.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what sharks like. I've had whale.
It's-
The finest mullet steaks.
Boulette. Yeah.
They crossbred bullets and cows to make them more survivable in the Underdark.
More docile.
They look exactly like bullets. They just like to sit there chewing on dirt.
Yeah. Yes.
And you can get more milk out of them.
Yes.
No one uses the milk for anything, but you can get more of it.
Yeah, so at probably like right around before the dessert comes out, assume there's just kind of been general small talk. Katira's mostly been talking with, based on where she's at the table, probably her husband and Violet. And they've probably been talking about, a lot of different things. But at some point, she says, "Oh, I'm glad you're all here, and I wanted to make an announcement. Nyla, I'm also glad that you were able to be here for this as well. But we're expecting."
Oh,
Congratulations.
congrats.
Yes, it
Congratulations.
was a surprise, but I am looking forward to. We're looking forward to having a child, and it's yeah. So that's I'm glad you're all here for that. But and then like the desserts come out or whatever. And then she says, Yes, I thank you all for your help this evening, and that you were gracious with accepting the accommodations. And we look forward to hosting our princess tomorrow night. Uh, and yeah, so she's basically gives you like the itinerary of like, this is when guests are arriving, this is when dinner will be served. We're gonna have like a bit of a, we're gonna use the ballroom as after dinner as like a thing for people to, we're gonna have a bit of a soiree, and then as things are tapering off or whatever, we'll have some drinks for people and things, and then hopefully people will leave by probably after the princess decides to leave is probably when most people will decide to leave.
Did they bother to give me food?
They probably brought you a plate of things. They didn't even ask.
Alright.
They just set in a place setting for everybody.
I'm just gonna like wait until someone else is done with their food, and then like shovel it into a hatch, and then have like an incinerator whoosh.
Amazing.
Which is my flavor representation of making it disappear with prestidigitation by mentally considering this to be just trash.
Oh, good. I see. Katira looks a little put off like the first time it happens, but just kind of decides to not really notice. She doesn't know what you are. And she doesn't want to like be
This
rude.
could be how I eat. You don't know.
Yeah, correct. That's correct, and that's she's just gonna go off of that assumption and just be like, okay, whatever. Waste of a boulette steak, but whatever. But she says basically, she's like, yeah. So tomorrow morning, you're free to wander the grounds, or if there's things, obviously you don't have to stay here. You can go see the sights that the city has to offer. Yet Nyla, maybe you can show your friends around the city or something.
Yeah,
And-
great.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful.
Look, it was either this or she starts going, "Our Nyla's so wonderful. Look, this is her 4th grade spelling bee trophy."
Oh, that's coming next. Yeah. She will, like, as things are winding down. They do bring out some wine, and yeah, and yeah, so that sort of thing, and then she does start to go off in a bit of maybe a bit of a tirade about when Nyla was a kid and things like that. So, however, efficiently both endearing and embarrassing stories of your childhood and things like that. And then she mentions like, well, after we lost our parents, etc., 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 and just kind of, gives all of that, and then it's like, oh, look at the time. We should probably get to bed soon because we have to wake up early to get all this stuff. It was a pleasure again meeting you all. Violet and Lily, it was wonderful to meet you, little one. And then, yes. And, but we will, yes. You also, yeah, and then they kind of get up as they, clear the tables and stuff like that, and then they head off. And Violet also mentions, like, okay, Lily, it is probably your bedtime. Like, she doesn't really quite have a grasp of,
Yes.
what
Yeah,
time it
it's-
is. She's like, well, let's, we can go maybe do some stuff in the city in the morning. She's like, okay. And then they go off to wherever they're staying. So yeah, so you have that. If you want to discuss things, you can, or if you just want to go to bed and get to the next day, we can also do that.
Nyla has had at least 4 glasses of wine and very visibly wants to go to bed by the end of that.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know what? Fair enough.
Yep.
Just, you've never seen a drow turn blush, but like, or maybe
Yeah.
turn pale, depending on the disposition. Yeah. So and obviously, Nyla, you have your own room here. So, yeah, yeah. So people want to go to bed, and then next morning, you're probably woken up by the sound of people working on stuff. Yeah. Actually sounds like they're trying to build something out on the grounds, like, so, like a, I don't know, like an archway thing. I don't know. But yeah, so you probably wake up to the sound of, like, hammers and things, and it's, like, right at the crack of dawn. And you might have a little bit of a hangover, depending on how much wine you drank.
I mean, Nyla only needs 4 hours of trance a night.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Which is true of the entire household, so...
Right. So they probably would be up.
Yeah.
Because there's
like,
not really,
you all
like,
go to
a
bed,
morning.
and then 4 hours later is when the noise starts.
Yeah. So it's like, so if you like, shove the pillow over your head or put cotton in your ears or whatever you want to do. But yeah, if you want to get your full 8 hours in, which, yeah. So, however everyone wakes up, I assume you all meet up at some point, and what would you like to do before the banquet this evening?
I mean, I guess we're still guests here. I don't know if there's really anything we can do to help.
It seems like most of the stuff is more like actual, like, maintenance, or they're like just like all the prep is done. They just have to actually do the stuff, and they basically are like, you don't really need. We have everything ready. Your help yesterday was really helpful getting all of the last minute stuff done, and this is like, they just have to cook the food and make sure, put out a bunch of chairs and tables in the dining room and stuff like that, or the ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
But and so you have a few hours or whatever until guests should be arriving. If you want, they also said that with the princess coming and maybe a couple dignitaries, we're not sure. It basically, they're like, please dress nicely.
Yeah. I think Barrett will
Yeah,
just
that
like,
reminds me.
I do
All
not
right.
possess clothes.
You can go into town and get fitted for a suit.
I do not possess money.
Okay, let's see.
You do not possess money. I can arrange for you to be well clothed.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I casted protection before poison, or protection from poison before doing that. Don't worry.
Yes. From donning the armor.
Doffing.
Doffing the armor, yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So you all will see now for the first time, I think ever, Nyla without her armor on. probably just in like pretty casual clothes for going around the city in the morning for now. Looking. I'm just gonna start rolling hit dice.
Yeah.
Like goes on a run, comes back, takes off her armor, nearly dies. Wait, that should be d10s.
You could have asked Bertold for a remove curse.
No. This is a proud family tradition. If I wanted
Okay.
remove cursed, I would cast it myself. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Back up to 90.
So yeah, I guess if you want to go into the city to a finery store, you could probably get some clothes.
Fine
unless
clothes for
have
15
stuff.
gold each.
You...
It's in the
Yeah.
PHP.
yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Bertold is like, I've been putting off getting another set of nice clothes, but it's probably time.
It's time.
Time to
He
duel.
probably hasn't had fine clothes since he left home
True.
originally.
Originally, yeah. So it's been
So
a
it's been
while.
a couple.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
couple
it's been
years.
like a year or two.
Yeah. Quite.
Gaius just like rent his suit or something.
Yeah.
Neat.
It's 15 gold, and it weighs 6 pounds.
If I think
I
does
think
Bertold
Bertold will
have
just
all
be
of the
like,
money?
Gaius,
I think-
just buy one.
Right.
I mean, I was wondering if like Nyla could have a conversation with the house
Oh.
bursar.
Oh, sure.
I imagine that I probably have been getting paid for the last
Mm-hmm.
40, 50 years and mostly contribute that to the household budget,
Oh,
but
yeah,
therefore,
sure.
if I say, hey, my friends need clothes, like, no one's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
bat
that
an
works
eye.
too. That works too. Yeah, they basically are like, well, they can either take what we just have in like a closet, or you can take this stipend and go get them fitted, basically.
Oh,
and
we'll do
and
the stipend.
yeah, and when they say that, they're like, and go get them fitted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Nyla immediately thinks of Bertold. It's just like, stipend, thank you. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have suit money to go and get fitted with. So go into the city and go to the finest silkery, because that's what a lot of the fine clothes here are made out of, because spider silk farms are pretty prevalent down here.
Should this unit buy a suit or a dress?
Whatever
makes you
sparks
happy.
joy.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever you wish. Yes.
I'd imagine a suit would be way simpler to get on a Warforged frame.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, so however, it takes probably a while for you all they get you fitted or whatever, and then they, find the pieces or whatever of things. Is there anything like, fancy adornments you want to add to your, attire? Or any, like, course, like, because you can get like corsages and stuff like that, or like things. I don't know. Is there anything, anything distinctive that you want? Just
Bertold
for
wants a
funsies.
walking cane.
Okay.
Did my mom
Excellent.
have like a symbol that represented her?
Most likely, there's probably something. I don't know what it is offhand, but
I'd like to use prestidigitation to create a non-magical trinket for an
Mhm.
hour to show them what I want my cufflinks
Sure.
to look like.
Mm-hmm. It
And
is
it's
probably
non-stealable.
like a. Mhm. Yeah, it is probably a something that is representative of. Actually, that's interesting.
It's probably not like a corpse or a skull or something
Right,
like that.
right,
It's
yeah,
probably
no.
some magical symbol that might
Mhm.
mean
Something. Yeah.
demonic necro bitch or whatever, but it's in like some arcane side
Mhm.
shit
Yeah.
like from 1,000 years ago
Yeah.
Mhm.
or
Yeah,
several thousand years ago.
a lost dialect of something that is probably like a symbol of
Hmm.
the
And
abyss
if
or
it means
something like
something bad,
that.
it might mean something bad because it refers to her and she is something bad.
Yes. Yeah, it's probably something that is probably like akin to like a character, like a
Once upon a
character,
time,
like.
this meant Desert Rose. Now it means this specific person. And so it's bad.
Yeah,
Oops.
it is a symbol that is lost to time, but it is yeah, something that is yeah. Quite, yeah, so you can get that, and they'll like, sure, they'll
And a
like sew
monocle.
that. Nice. Okay, amazing. Um, Perfect. Okay. Anyone else want any adornments?
I'm honestly picturing that like I already have some nice clothes because of
Mm-hmm.
like what my job
Merchant stuff.
was. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
probably I'm just like browsing to like see
Mhm.
what style differences the drow have.
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of black. A
I
lot
think
of
a lot of shades of black.
yeah.
okay,
A lot of
all right.
like maybe like dark purples and maybe some red highlights. Obviously there's like webbing patterns that are more like, webbing or spidery things, or maybe stuff that looks more yeah, under darky.
It's so underdarky.
I would also like to use prestidigitation. Seeing Bellerophon do it, I'm like, I could do that too, and I create an image of my family crest for them to
Sure.
use as reference.
Okay, yeah, sure, they'll do that.
Although
Great.
I may also uh, provide a second reference of my mom's family crest, if I remember it.
Okay, yeah, sure, yeah, that works. Gaius, do you want any adornments? Like a dope hat?
Hat would be kind of cool, I guess, yeah. But I'm assuming, I don't know, with the Dark Elves, would I know if they are fond of the Inquisition?
Um,
You
they
might not even know what
they
that
don't
is.
really they don't really interact. So
Yeah, I
like,
think that shit stays upstairs.
yeah,
Alright, then I
yeah.
won't bother putting on any. Then no, nothing.
Okay. All right. I'll get you a
Also,
dope hat.
I don't know if you heard it, but I want a cane.
Yes.
So
Okay. You can get a cane.
a nice
Get a hat,
walking
a
cane.
dope ass cloak.
Yeah, it's not for show. I actually use it.
Yes. Correct. Okay.
And
so you get
and this is
your
probably
effects.
the first time you see Bertold actually walking around much outside of his wheelchair. He can't do it much, but a little bit.
Can shuffle around a little bit with the
Yeah.
cane. Quite. Yeah. So you get your effects. Any other sights you want to see before you go back to get ready for the party? Okay.
Nope. I don't know what else is there. Tour guide.
I don't know anything about the city.
All right, then nope, we're good. Thanks for
Yeah.
showing us around.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm like Nyla would have her favorite places, but I don't think isn't like a let's go sit and chill kind of energy right
Right,
now.
yeah.
This is
Um,
the training grounds that I train in. Like,
You can
Yeah,
show
like,
them
oh, we
the
can go visit my
you
old
can
temple.
you can show them your hallway of portraits, of family
That's great.
portraits.
Yeah, you can go to the portrait gallery if we've got time to kill. If you want
Yeah.
a bunch of extremely severe-looking women to look down on you.
might be in that.
Some people
Wait,
would be into that.
What? Who said that?
They're all dead except my sister who's married. Anyway. And apparently
Query.
pregnant.
You are
Anyway.
dead?
I'm not in there. The family portrait gallery is only... I mean, my portrait is around in the house, but the family portrait gallery is specifically of our matron mothers, the heads of our house. My sister being the current. So she's there. I'm not. And will never be. Like is not. And that is fine by me. Anyway.
Yay. Yes. So with the party, as guests are arriving, the princess will be fashionably late, as is tradition in most social gatherings of importance. Have a little yes. So the music as things are there, so I assume you can just kind of mingle out in the out on the main lawn. Nice. That's great. Great game. Quite. Is that Gale's coat that you stole earlier? You're wearing Gale's coat.
God damn it! I pull out my spare.
Quite. Yeah, so you are all mingling about or whatever, making chit chat, and then there's kind of like a commotion as like people start to part or whatever, and you see kind of walking through the gate through like the archway thing that they built is the princess. On both sides of her are two on each side, fully armed soldiers, drow soldiers, and then behind her is kind of like a train of like probably like a couple of like assistants, and then like you see some people in like more like clerical, I don't know if that's a word, clerical I think is the better word, attire, so people who look like there's like a few of them following or whatever, and then there's someone kind of is walking in front and says welcome Princess Aranida, or whatever, and then like a bunch of people like bow or whatever, and the princess seems kind of just like 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 this, the formality is always a little like cumbersome. And then Kate saunters up and says, yes, princess, welcome to our humble estate. We are so grateful that you have come. Uh, and then she, kind of like gives like, whatever the customary bow in return, curtsy thing. She says, "Please, enjoy your time. If you need anything, please ask." And she says, "Yes, thank you. I think I will start with a drink or whatever." And like instantly somebody just like has a drink. And she says, "Oh, thank you." Like she's like almost off put that it was like instantaneous. She's like, "Great." And then she just kind of like saunters around a little bit, and at some point she will lock eyes with Berthold, and just kind of her and her escort will just kind of walk up to you. She says, "Hello, it is good to see you again."
It is indeed, Princess. It has been a while.
And then she kind of she says, "Walk with me," and she kind of like puts her arm out.
Certainly. Bertolt will adjust himself to walk with her as best he can.
And like everyone is just like has a look of like absolute utter shock of like, what is happening? That's, funny. Yes. And yes, so they will, and so just kind of go like there's like a little garden that goes off from this area or whatever, and they kind of go through that, and you're just kind of flanked by 4 guards. And so that's going off there. We'll I want to get a little bit, set some little vignettes here. So that's a conversation that's happening. While you are, some of the dignitaries and stuff are walking by. One of them looks over at Bellerophon and kind of like, cocks his head, and then like kind of looks you up and down. He says, "Excuse me, sir."
Yes.
I don't want to be rude, but might I ask, are
The
you?
bathroom is that way.
I. Sorry. Let me. My name is Beladros. I would. I am a scholar of sorts, and I have never seen a creature of your making. Although I did hear a while back that, presumably it was you, someone of your make came into the city, and I was most disappointed that I was not able to work with you. If you would offer me a few minutes of your time, I would be very intrigued as to who you are.
I am Jayan 82 Bellerophon.
Ah,
I am very
so-
old.
Yes, indeed. And then so there's that little vignette, and then there's a couple of the other dignitaries as they are walking by, like kind of towards the manor. Gale, you hear them start talking about trade route stuff.
Yes.
Of like, well, it's like we're trying to get, they're trying to basically figure out like the best way to increase the, good trade between the surface and the wall, but also like potentially branching out to the other kingdoms, because it is a opportunity that has not been taken a hold of yet for the drow to actually trade with the other like nations on the surface, other than like some of the dwarves, because the dwarves come down here every now and then to get mithril, but that's like way up north, so like way outside of the actual like where the drow are. But they're like, it would be wonderful to get like different things like that. So
Have I got a deal for you?
for you. Yeah,
And a
so they
cool
kind of
boat.
like, yeah,
That's not for you.
so they,
That's for me.
so they kind of pick up on that, and we'll get that started, and then for let's see, for Gaius, one of the servant, like kitchen staff or whatever, comes up to you and they say, "Oh, I wanted to thank you again for helping yesterday." Seems to be a younger drow. Like, it's hard for you to tell what the younger drow, other than like just being actually shorter. Like, but she seems, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I guess probably maybe Nyla's age, or maybe a little bit younger. But just kind of comes up to you or whatever and just starts making small talk about like, so basically she seems really interested about what life on the surface is like, and just kind of asks questions of like, oh, what is things like that. She seems oddly curious about specifically like human culture. And yeah,
I will answer her questions as best I can.
sure.
In turn, I
and-
would like to ask a lot of questions about where she's from.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, great. Get a little dialogue going about some things, and then, whatnot. And then Nyla, you were just kind of standing there.
Awesome. Is anyone watching me at all?
Not really.
Awesome. Nyla is going to sneak off to the kitchen and
Uh-huh.
just start like ritual casting detect poison and disease, so we can make sure that everything is perfectly safe for consumption.
Yes,
She's
of
like,
course.
had been sitting there for the first like 5 minutes as everyone filters in, going, I gotta find a job, I gotta find a job, I gotta find a job. And this is the job she has found.
Okay. Fun. All right. So what I want to do with this is have couple little like. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I was gonna do little like side conversations and have people just hop into the other channels, but I don't think it really matters. So let's just go back to. We'll start with Berthold and the princess. As you are walking through to the garden or whatever, you see as you and like the escort come and like there are people mingling around in there, they kind of just like get their stuff and leave. Like they kind of just stay, just far enough away that they aren't whatever, and get some odd looks. But she says, so what brought you back down here?
Business. I've been, ever since I went back to the surface, I've been working for the for Defender City to protect the people, and we were tasked with a mission to visit the Wood Elf Kingdom, and my new one of my new traveling companions, Nyla, whose family estate this is, suggested we would travel through the Underdark instead to get to that mission, and we are returning the same way.
Well, I'm glad we could make the time to catch up.
Yes.
I suppose for me it wasn't that long ago that you were here last. I know time seems to move differently for, well, humans and frankly most of the other races. But I'm glad you were able to visit us. How is your... And she kind of, like looks, condition? Like,
I've
as
found,
because obviously you've been through the
yeah.
ringer.
It is part of the cost of doing my duty that I am not as mobile as I used to be, but there's a wonderful artificer who has helped me out in making a very useful tool to get around, but I felt it would not be good for a formal occasion.
Well, I'm glad at least you can still walk. I heard that. I assumed that was not the case from what I had heard, but it seems you are better off than I thought, which is good.
Yes. It is, however, tiring, so I don't think I don't walk every day. I save my strength for times where it is more important to show that I can do that. But I will definitely need to rest after this.
I suppose I should see this as a privilege then.
I see this as a privilege as well. Nyla explained to me that many parties invite you and do not receive your attention, so I'm glad you could make it.
Yes. She kind of just smiles and then just keeps walking with you through the garden until you kind of like circle back to the main front area. All right, we'll cut to Bellerophon. So this guy is here. He says, "Yes, very old indeed. I mean, I don't want to. It is rude to ask someone's age, but I have to imagine you are several centuries old."
Your calendar does not make sense to me. I'm guessing 1,000?
Yeah. That is, wow. That would be, wow. That would be close to around the time, our queen came into power. I would, yes, I would like to, if you don't mind, where did you come from?
I was built in the desert.
Oh, the desert. Oh yes, I had heard that there was a, some sort of like ancient tower or citadel, something out there, but I have not had the opportunity to go out. I am not much for, fighting off sandworms.
Those were not a problem when it was inhabited.
Yes. So there was a civilization there. Once upon a time.
I mean, there was my creator. The
Fascinating.
sandworms, like, were still there. They're just too weak to threaten the person who made me.
Ah, I see. He kind of like quivers a little bit. Says, and do you share this power with your creator?
I mean, they don't typically attack me because I'm not made of meat. Like,
That's
a
I
lot of
suppose
predators don't care about me.
I suppose that is true. And he kind of like studies like the little insignia or whatever the thing, and he's like he like looks at it like he has like some vague idea of like what like that is. Like he's like, that symbol, it looks familiar but not familiar, like almost like as if I recognize part of it. And he like he's like racking his brain or whatever, and he's like, and like at it, yeah,
His
he's
mother's
just kinda-
maker's mark.
Mm. Oh.
I-
Oh. And his eyes kind of get like wide, and he's like, I need to double check something, and he just kind of like turns on his heel and like walks away.
All right,
And,
that
like-
guy absolutely has something that Mom made.
And so yeah, he like marches through the into the mass of people.
Almost
Gale.
like a faction mark.
So Gale, you approach these people that are talking of conquest and industry.
Why, hello, friends. I happen to be a merchant myself, and currently possess a boat which can travel between freely. Well, perhaps freely is not the right word, but can travel between the Underdark and the surface.
And they
Figure
kind of
it
like
out.
they kind of look at you and then look at each other and then look at you skeptically, and they're like, "Go on."
It was repossessed from a certain group of pirates, who were transferring illicit goods. In fact, we just used it. Not quick. How long was our trip? Just maybe perhaps a week ago, we visited the Wood Elf kingdom, or what's left of it at this point, by using it to travel up the waterfall from there.
Oh, you are part of that group from the wall.
Yes, yeah.
Terrible to hear what happened there. But, you have this vessel at the harbor, I take it then?
Yeah. We have this vessel at the harbor as part of our international diplomacy party supported by the Queen.
Yes, of course, of course.
Yes.
Well, if this vessel can do what you say it does, this could be quite helpful in doing what we want to do. And then they kind of, start going into like the trade detail. Like we want to, do this, this, and this. If we could actually travel like the rivers and stuff like that, we could like, do this. And it's be like, if you're not too busy with your work, or I suppose whenever you finish your assignments, it would be great to be able to see what makes this work, like study the thing, get some engineers or whatever to look at it, and to see if we could like essentially like replicate it with, of course, making you like the patent holder.
I would be happy to cooperate with you all on this venture.
Excellent. Yes. Power of orb. Yes.
Or
Orb. Yes.
Storm! Sorry.
Orbs. Yes. So and then for the rest, for Gaius, while you were there having conversation, somebody mentioned something about dinner or whatever, and the person's talking to you says, "Oh, it was lovely talking to you. I'll catch you up with you after dinner. I need to go help serve stuff," and then she like runs off. Yeah. So there's that, and then you, while you're there, you kind of feel like a I guess here's a question for that. I guess here's a question for everyone. Do you have any of your like stuff with you, or did you just leave it in the room? Your room.
My
Like
armor is
equipment.
part of
Yeah.
me,
Right.
and so the suit would be over it. And I don't use weapons, so I'm good.
I might have. I would have like a spell focus on me. It might not be my like spell book, but my arcane grimoire, but it would be something in case I need to like cast fly, so that I
Like
can
the
move
walking
around better.
stick has an orb as the head, or is like technically considered a staff, or
something like that.
Okay.
And
I guess
I have.
Okay. Mostly for Gaius, would you have the dragon scale on you?
Oh, definitely. I would have that on me, yeah.
Okay. So you feel like wherever you have that on you, you feel like it get like warm, and you feel like almost like a pull towards the house.
Could I try to get closer and investigate,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, so you feel it in like, yeah, so you like, yeah, as you go, you're going towards the house, and you feel like, yeah, this sense of like that something's like kind of calling you, like not calling you, but like it's like, yeah, like a very strong inclination, like go this way. If you follow that feeling, you basically go kind of like through the house, and then actually kind of go out like the back, and then you feel like kind of you get to a part where there's like kind of like the cavernous ceiling above everybody, like there's like almost like a part that like opens up a bit, and you hear a voice in your head saying, "Ah, hello. I was wondering who, what's his name, Elkhorn gave his scale to." And you recognize this is the voice of Ryu.
Yes. Hello.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be my response too. He says, I'm glad he gave it to someone. I guess this is a good... Now that you've fully attuned to this scale, I suppose all of the other dragon priests have one of these upon their person. Usually we Usually, these are only given to those who would take over that mantle, but I suppose with the time and place, it was appropriate to give you the protections that this scale grants you. I just wanted to, again, see how things were going.
Well, if you haven't already deduced, we were too late to rescue Wig. Unfortunately, the Wood Elves are they're done for pretty much. There are not many left.
Yes, it is a tragic loss. You hear kind of like a pained groan a little bit. Sorry. There's a lot going on in the city. And with the disruptions going around, it is a lot to keep track of. But I'm glad that you were given this relic. I would like to talk more about it once you're back in the city, of its significance. But
Of
for
course.
the time being, you should go and enjoy your party.
Yes, will do.
And then you feel kind of like that presence kind of like just kind of slip away, and then you don't feel like the warmness in the scale anymore. And then you hear, like, right at that point, you hear somebody saying, like, "Dinner is being served!" And then people start to funnel into the banquet hall, which now is, like, the full breadth of the table is being filled, where, like, you all were at, like, one little tiny end of the table when you all met last night. And yes, as people, the princess is sat at the head of the table, or at least the one end of the table, and then Kate is at the other end. And then you can intersperse yourself wherever you want, as things are, however you want. If you want to continue conversations with people you've been talking to, you can sit next to them, do your thing. Dinner is served, same sort of thing, but the food is a lot more bougie. The princess is served first, and then Kate is served, and then they go down from Kate down the table.
Can I get confirmation that none of the food is poisoned?
Yes, none of the
Great.
food is poisoned. Everything is good.
Great. Heart rate slows by like 2 beats.
Yes, nothing is poisoned. Everything is
We're
good
at a
to
cool 135 right now.
go. Yes. So while people are here, continuing to have your conversation, the one guy that was talking to you, Bellerophon, he's kind of like catty corner down the table a bit, but you track that he's like talking to one of the other, I don't know, dignitary looking guys or whatever, and in like, you know, kind of like a hurried pace, and he keeps like looking over at you and like points a couple times as he's talking to this person, but they're like way down near the other end of the table or wherever. They're far enough away that you can't hear what they're saying over the din of dinner, but that's the thing. Gale, while you are there having a conversation with this guy, there's like different parts of the table. There's like these vases of, you know, water with like flowers in them, and you catch a glimpse as you look over at the glass that you see what almost looks like Triton's face just staring at you through the vase of water. So, is Brian here?
Oh, sorry. What? I zoned out.
Sorry. You as you're there talking to these merchant guys or whatever. Or,
Yes,
li-
my new
one
best
of,
friend.
I'm saying, yeah. Honestly, one of them is most likely a woman, and the other might be a guy. But yeah, you're having this conversation with them. As you're sitting there, there's like these vases of water down the table that have flowers in them. While you're having this conversation, out of the corner of the eye, you catch in the water of this vase, you see Triton's face kind of appear and like look at you. How and you hear like in your head, how is the progress with finding my daughter going?
One moment, I need to take a call.
They kind of like, okay. They kind of stop, and then they just start talking with themselves and like pulling out like writing stuff down or whatever.
I'm going to not take this
At
by
the
talking
table.
to a vase in the middle of a
Sure.
party, and I'm not going to take the vase with me either.
Right.
I'm assuming that I can procure some water to have this
Yeah.
conversation somewhere else.
Yeah, sure. You could like pick up like your glass or
Yes.
whatever and walk out of the room into like a little side chamber or something.
And like, well, so far I've met with the humans that she had previously had contact with before she went ashore. He is a wizard and managed to reach out to her with sending. She didn't seem to be all too enthused about coming home, but we're now traveling together, and I'm hopeful that we can meet up with the princess again, given that I now have some connection to her.
Excellent. Well, when you have at your convenience, I encourage you to reach out to her again.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Good answer. Good answer.
And then his face
Gil
disappears.
is like
from your-
internally going like, "This is just going to make things worse."
Yeah. And then like the water like it like you like in like a flourish, the water kind of like bursts out and like glass like breaks in your hand.
Mhm. Great.
Was it like a silver goblet? It just shatters anyway.
I assume it was probably like they were probably like very nice like either wine glasses or something like that, you know?
Oh, so it was actual glass. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is almost worse because now it's probably unsalvageable.
Mhm.
Whereas gold, you could at least melt down and redo.
Yes. We will. All right. We'll and then let's do. While you're having a conversation at the table, we'll go to Berthold and the princess. I assume you sat close to her or next to her if you were able to.
I will follow the lead of however close I am allowed to sit.
Sure. She like
This is not my total first rodeo for a party.
sit in the princess's. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. Bellerophon, if you can chat with Nyla via the chat if you want while this conversation is happening. Yeah, so basically she's her and they'll be like her like assistants are gonna sit on either side of her, and then the guards are also gonna flank her, so you can sit like 2 seats away from her basically. Or whatever, and she kind of like talks across her assistant, I don't know, assistant, at you about things, and just kind of, make small talk about like, what's happened since, we last met, how are things going? She asks, I assume you still have the amulet?
Of course. So actually, Sam, I think I'm actually wearing that
Wearing it
more
currently?
openly for this
Yeah.
party
Sure.
because, like, no one here is going to dare steal something that Queen herself gave to my ancestor. That is a good way to die, I feel.
Yes. So yeah, she'll like. Is it like over? Do you have it tucked under like your vestment or whatever, or is it
It
like?
would be
Oh.
it would be like, instead of wearing like a tie, I would be wearing in that.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, she kind of like reaches over. I guess she sees it. And she's just like reaches over and kind of like flips it to like read the inscription on the back or whatever again. She's
Mhm.
like, it fascinates me. So, what kind of man my mother would have given this to?
Sometimes I wonder myself. I don't know that much about my mother's family.
Well,
What was that guy's name?
Belladros? I
The
think was the
historian
guy's name.
guy.
Yeah, Belladros.
Okay.
He's at the party. He's like, you can, Nyla, if you like key into it, you can like, if Bellerophon points him out, you can see he's like down the table talking with one of the other scholars, and they keep like looking over at Bellerophon and like talking like half worried, half like intrigued about like what's going on. At some point, he will excuse himself from the table and leave the room during the dinner.
Great. When he does that, I'm going to, just in a show of hostly concern, motion over his servant and ask if they can go check on him to see that he's doing all right.
Sure. Yeah, they're like, yes, ma'am."
AKA discreetly follow and
Right.
you know,
Yep.
if he's vomiting in the bathroom, that's fine. If he disappears, then they will come back and let me know that they cannot find him.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna make a couple rolls. I'm gonna make a roll for the perception of the servant. Dang!
We hire good people at the Belmere estate.
Okay, I'm not even gonna roll. I mean, I'll roll for the other guy in case he gets a 20, but like, okay. He did not do a very good job of sneaking out of the party. He just kind of like stands up and like awkwardly just like beelines out of the room. And you see they basically follow him outside and come back to you, and they're like, yeah, he just left out the front gate. Like, he's just going.
I see. Thank you for checking.
And yeah, so that's a thing. So as things are down, like right around as the dessert is being served, Gaius, wherever you are sitting at the table, while you're sitting there, you know, chit-chatting with whoever's on either side of you, a spider drops down from the ceiling and lands on your hand.
Alright, should I roll to see if I have a panic attack?
Yeah, give me a con save. Yeah, you, how would you respond if you were to freak out from a spider landing on you? Like, what would be your immediate response?
Fireball self.
Probably smack it, get up off the table, and just look around frantically to see where it came from, and
Okay, so you like slam, you like smash, you like crush the spider, basically. Okay, so yeah, you and like stand up or whatever. Everyone immediately around you like looks at you in horror that you just killed a spider. And like it's enough of a like people are like sort of a thing that like it's like a trickle effect down the table, and at some point like everyone has just stopped and looked at you, and some people are confused as to why, and then like one person just points and says, he killed a spider.
I'm
Did you do?
so terribly sorry.
Everyone just is like stunned.
Pay you back,
and-
I guess.
Clearly, he did not spend enough time with Gwen.
Yes, no. The Kate looks like deathly afraid down like at you, and then like down the table at the princess. And the princess,
I think Nyla is like actually shooting a look at Bertold that says like, "Please smooth this over." Please.
Yeah.
I
think Bertold will be like-
avoid execution.
I'm very terribly sorry. This Gaius is very, very new to any of this.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Okay, not terrible.
I'm not a very persuasive person.
Yeah, fair enough. She'll stand up and look at Gaius and say, I assumed that it was just an accident. And kinda
Yes,
ask-
it was. I am terribly sorry.
She says, well, I accept your apology as... and she says, as a friend of Bertold's, I will accept your apology. And then she sits down, and then, like, everyone unclenches. And then, and yeah, some of the people, like, there's a couple people that kind of, like, get up, like they're gonna be sick, and, like, leave the room. And things like that. And then, as dessert is being finished or whatever, Kate stands up and is like, all right, we're getting the ballroom ready. Please, when you are ready, head over there.
Can Dazzle follow the scholar that left the party?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You got it, boss. He's gonna disguise himself as a bat instead of a squirrel. And just kind of flutter his way through the and follow him. Yeah, he'll just follow him and let you know if anything weird happens. So so yes. We are so the dancing starts. We'll try to do a quick little end cap here as the night ends out with dancing for anyone who wants to partake, or if you want to hash out, trade details or whatever you want to do.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'll probably also approach Bertold at some point and inform him that I am now legally required to make another call to the princess.
Yes.
I'll be like,
We'll end with that as our little
yeah.
ending thing. So two things. One, one kitchen staff at some point, guys, will find you and apprehensively ask if you want to dance.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Negotiate your trade deal things. I'm sure people will, ask various people to dance if they want to. I don't know if anyone would ask Bellerophon because they're not sure. Someone might, who's like drunk, be like, "Hey, Metal Man, you want to dance?
Sure.
Cool. I'm sure also, Nyla, I'm sure there will be some people out of like a courtesy to like like you are a member of this household will ask you to dance as like a courtesy thing.
I will accept a few, like a handful of
Okay.
invitations,
Sure,
basically
sure.
also out of courtesy.
Right. Yes. This is very like awkward, like stilted, like, yeah, and
No.
yeah, just not, but just like
Just
yeah,
formal,
sure, yeah,
like
formal, very
yeah.
formal, well written. Bertold, the princess does ask you to dance if you are able, or however you're able to do it. Maybe wait till there's like a slow song or something.
I have a proposal
Mm-hmm.
for that.
Sure.
You know what doesn't require my legs?
The chair.
No.
Oh, fly! Oh, that's great.
I'm just gonna fly like an inch off the ground.
Sure. And then hover. No, she'll
Yeah.
lead. That's fine. She'll lead.
Yeah. And I have enough spell slots to last, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's enough for like. I mean, one cast.
I'm
is,
good
like,
for an hour and a
long.
half of dancing if I have to.
Okay. Okay. Sure. There is, so while you're dancing, you're having like little bits of conversation or whatever.
I will, however, ask the princess for permission to do this, to dance with her.
Yes.
So.
Yes, she says yes, of course.
He's learned consent at least.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, she at some point in conversation, yeah, she'll ask like, so, I guess, how much do you know about your lineage? I guess you said you didn't know much. Is there anything?
Only what the queen herself told me.
Well, interesting. Well, the queen has always had a fascination with humans. But I suppose like mother, like daughter.
Like
Eh.
great grandfather, like son, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's not going to be great, whatever. It's going to be more formal, but
Yes. But yeah, so you enjoy a night of dancing with the princess. And as things start to wind down, she says, basically, yeah, she kind of, is like, well, I should probably go. His, mother probably would have liked me back earlier. I have some things I need to attend to, but it was good seeing you, Bertold. I would, next time you are in the Underdark, let me know. And then she like puts her hand out.
yes. I absolutely will.
And then she kind of drifts off with her armed guards and assistants, and the assistants kind of like look at each other and look back at you, and then like follow her off. And as she leaves, like once she leaves, the party basically starts to wind down and everybody starts to filter out.
Sometime during this, I would have liked to have tried to politely corner the other historian.
Oh,
Who
yeah,
was-
of course. Yeah, sure. He's probably just chatting up people or whatever, yeah, just...
Okay. I think in that case, now I would like make a show of doing the the like secondary host make a quick round
Mhm.
around, see that everyone's
Mhm.
doing and everyone has what they
Yes.
need.
Yes.
I think especially with like yeah,
Mhm.
just and then stop there and check in and say hello. Has everyone been having a good evening here?
Oh yes, madam. Yes, a wonderful party. Thank you so much for. It's been a wonderful evening.
Oh, you're too kind. I'll pass your compliments along to my sister. She is the one who deserves the credit for this fine evening.
Ah, yes. Well, that is great. That it has been good. And you can see like as he's talking to you, he keeps like every now and then he'll like look past you at wherever Bellerophon is in the room.
Tell me, have you had a chance to meet some of our other guests this evening? I know we have a few folks here in attendance who are not our normal citizens of the Underdark. I'm quite obvious who, I'm sure. Have you had the chance to speak with any of them yet?
Oh, maybe in passing conversation, but no, I haven't had the chance to sit down and talk to them. Although he like tries not to point and points, you know, most fascinating.
Oh, well, yes, you're a historian, aren't you? Of course. Bellerophon, here, we have a guest who would love to meet you. I'll wave you over.
He's like,
Yeah, I'll come
oh,
over.
okay. He says, yes, hello, Mr. Bellerophon, was it?
Indeed. May I know your name?
Yes, my name is. I didn't have. Sorn. His name is Sorn. Sorn. Pleasure. It is. I've been. I don't mean to impose, but you are quite the fine historical specimen. That sounded weird.
It certainly did, though. I'm sure Bellerophon knows you meant no harm. Now tell me, what is... Please.
Oh, I was just saying it's I'm most curious as to what your maker that I was talking with a colleague about the your insignia there, and it seemed to have he seemed to have a slight recollection of maybe what that could represent, but I'm sure it's just nothing. You know, it's archaic symbols can often look similar.
What do you think it is?
And he'll like motion like outside.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go
Alright.
get ambushed.
Okay.
I will follow.
Okay.
I am visibly armed, by the way.
yeah, I know. Yes.
Can Gwen be riding Bellerophon's shoulder for this?
Sure, if you want to like summon familiar and like have it like latch on.
No. I actually think that Bertold was like, okay, I need to have Gwen keep an eye on you so you don't do something stupid.
You see.
Because I was expecting him to be the stupid one.
Mm-hmm.
Or them to be the stupid one.
Mm-hmm. Quite. Right. Okay, so yeah. So you three technically go outside, and he kind of like, you know, brings you off from like right outside the main doors or whatever. It's like, I have concern to believe that this symbol is an ancient infernal insignia of, well, I suppose it could also be abyssal, but it's so old that we need to cross-check some things, but it is potentially a symbol of the Doombringer.
Okay.
I will look at Bellerophon and see if this registers.
What about it?
But, well, the Doombringer was rumored to be what caused the blight.
Does that sound right? I guess I wouldn't know.
You
Was I still active when the
possible.
blight started?
No. The blight, when you went to sleep, the blight had not happened. And when you woke up, it was some time later.
What is the blight?
Would I have heard of the Doombringer before?
It might have come up like every now and like it's one of those like superstition, because like nobody really knows history from all the way back then other than like the queen, and even she didn't know like she doesn't know like 100, or maybe she just hasn't divulged to everybody like the exact cause of the blight, because she was like,
Because the Blight was around while Lolth was still in power, right?
yeah, correct, the blight happened, that incursion happened when Lolth was still in power. So basically, there's a very strong, knowing this knowledge, there's a strong possibility that Bellerophon is older than the queen.
28 history check.
Yeah, same thing. So like, basically stuff that the Doombringer is more like, depending on how it has been translated and things like that, has been whether it was an event or an individual that caused the blight, and that's kind of used Doombringer like either is used interchangeably with either an individual that people thought might have caused it, or just the event of the bringing of doom. So that kind of resonates a little bit of like, that's interesting. Like,
This is probably something that Bertold has been like, huh, that's weird, and seen it pop up and tried to look into it at some point and was just like, huh, I can't find any more.
correct. That's basically the level of knowledge. And
And-
so he mentions that, like, guy mentions that, and he's like, if there's any way we could, I guess I don't know how much memories you have, but if there is a way we could learn more about this, we would be most appreciative.
Few questions for
Hey.
you. But Bellerophon, if you have, by
I
all
do
means,
not know
proceed.
what the blight is.
Ah,
So,
well, that is,
you know, maybe.
Yes, I can
Alas.
readily tell you that Bellerophon was created before the Blight came to be, or at the very least was never aware of it in his original period of waking, and they have been asleep for many, many years,
yes.
and only recently came back to us, so...
It's most tragic. I was just hoping that perhaps if we could find what actually caused it, we might be able to find a solution.
That would be nice. Questions.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, what sort of sources are you do you have access to where you have a symbol associated with the Doombringer? I've only heard that name spoken of, practically in legends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually, has
there's
Bertold heard of there being symbols?
not really. Well, there's in the archives under the palace, there are some ancient documents that we have studied, as is our purview, and recently we have been trying to delve more into what was happening around that time, trying to glean little bits from, pieces of writing or runes or things of that nature. We actually were in contact with a scholar who I believe was a human scholar who was in Defender City. He had reached out about he knew that there were these towers, and one of which is in our desert, and he was wanting to try to arrange an escort. This is one of the guys who proposed a mission to you guys that he's talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
And he, so we decided maybe we could look back into that, because if we could make an expedition out to the tower, and then you are from said tower, so we thought maybe we should cross-check what the information we have and compare it and make sure that this symbol is actually what we think it is.
Second question. Your colleague was here earlier this evening and left in rather a hurry. Why did he leave?
Yes. He wanted to verify our findings and mayhaps report it?
Report to who?
I'm just casting. I'm just casting Zone of Truth.
Okay.
He can attempt the saving throw if he would like. However, at this point, Nyla's going to say respectfully, and I don't mean for this to be awkward. I know we're all here to enjoy ourselves this evening, but you must understand that I, as a military woman, have to make sure that the city's best interests are being looked after, and so I think it will be to the benefit of all of us if we're all perfectly truthful with each other here.
Yes, of course.
Which is a polite way of saying this will become a military matter if you make it a military matter.
Yeah, basically, he's like, he's going back to going back to the archives to verify the symbols match up, and if they do, he was going to report this finding to the Queen.
Wonderful. This is,
Hasn't
I
the
think,
Queen already
information
met
will
me?
be the best for everyone.
Yeah, but you didn't have this symbol, like, emblazoned on your suit jacket.
I certainly would never want anything withheld from the Queen. So if she knows, that can only be for the best, assuming the information's worth her time. I appreciate your honesty.
Yes. If you excuse me, I think I may retire for the evening.
Of course. And again, I do hope that you enjoyed yourself here tonight. I'm sorry for any strain we may have put on you here at the end of the evening, but please do take care and enjoy the rest of your night.
And kind of like bows and then walks off in a hurry. So there's that.
Did the other 4 tower people have their own symbols?
Yep.
There were 5 towers, right? So.
Yep.
Does
Correct.
Bertold know the symbol from a tower he visited?
You can maybe rack your. Give me, I guess, another.
I'll do a history check.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you remember.
I'm fairly confident I do.
Yeah, because it probably, like, when you were up in the top of the tower, it was probably in there somewhere, or like marked into like the stained glass or something. Like, it was probably in there multiple times, and
Yeah.
you could see, like, if you looked at it, like, in your brain, like, if you envision that symbol and then the symbol on Bellerophon's
Yeah.
vestment, you're like, if they touch at this part, like you could see, like, maybe they almost look like pieces to a puzzle.
Yeah.
Just
Also-
because I think it would be funny, I'd like to pocket my current cufflinks and then use prestidigitation to create an harmless trinket for an hour. A set of cufflinks of the symbol of the tower and the Emerald Isles. So that when he comes back with like a sheet of paper going, it's wrong, but it's still an evil symbol.
Yeah. Well, the Emerald Isles are where Gale, the Tabaxi are. The tower Bertold is from is the one in
visited.
the forest. Yeah, visited is in the woods by
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cliffport, or not Cliffport.
Actually, Sam, here's a
Harbor.
question.
Mhm.
Does my tome have that symbol on it?
The one you took?
Yes,
Yeah.
the one I took that is my magic tome.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. I literally have that. I didn't show it to the queen, but I literally have that symbol on my spell book.
Right. Yeah. And so I'm choosing a tower that's kind of far away that none of us have been to, or none of them have been to, but they still know about. Because when they gave us the list of towers, they only listed 4 of them. So if I was being an actual dick, I would have chosen the 5th one, but...
Yes. Alright. Yeah. Alright, do we want to do the little sending to Ariel real quick?
We
or do
could
we wanna-
prep that and send it.
Okay. Next time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'd have to figure out wording and all that.
Okay, that is fine. Well, we will, as the evening has rolled out, as you guys are preparing, to go to sleep for the night or whatever, all the thoughts running through your head, if you want to prepare a thing to send Ariel, and then, I don't know, you could either send that to me whenever, or we'll just do it next time.
I will think of it and send you it in the intro. How about that?